Hello everyone, it's Dragon Craig aka O'Brien, and this is a very unexpected video, isn't it? Well, it is. It's a very unexpected video. I have decided to do the Dragon Awards. And the dragon today is going to be the one and only, and the best character of the entire franchise, Toothless, and probably the best character DreamWorks have ever made. Probably, I'm not 100% sure. And maybe even his mate, the Light Fury. Yay. So, I've decided to do the Dragon Awards, and I'm gonna put the. I can't do it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Just leave it. Okay, so the Dragon Awards. This is a very unexpected video. So, excuse me. So basically, what this is going to be, this is going to be me talking about a lot of things. I'm going to be discussing best animated feature, best picture, best comedian, best villain, best animated villain, best song, music, best actor and actress, well, voice actor and voice actress. But I have a lot to say for these awards. I am mainly doing it because I am really afraid that How to Train Your Dragon 3: The Hidden World might not win an Oscar. I know it's been nominated for an Oscar, but hey, you just don't put your hopes up because things can happen that you don't always expect. So today I'm going to be discussing a few things for the Oscars and sorry. And so today, oh Jesus, I can't do this. But today I'm going to discuss my awards for the Dragon Awards. So, there's going to be nominations, there's going to be fun. So yeah, this is just going to be a fun video. I'm kind of inspired by Harry Thomas to do this anyway. It's just for fun. But you know what? It's just, like I said, the whole point of YouTube is to have fun. So, Toothless is going to start off the rewards, and let's begin the awards. I think to say it. How do you put... Oh, there it is. Let's start the awards. So, let's start off with the bad, then we get on to the goodies. So, for worst picture, thankfully I didn't see many bad live-action films in 2019, but my worst picture will be Kid Who Would Be King. Now, this was an awful movie. I even keep forgetting that it came out in 2019 because, well, it was very forgettable. The acting sucked, the effects weren't even that good, and the characters were crap. And as a joke, fuck you, Ollie, for saying I look like the main character because I do not. When I said fuck you, I am only joking, but seriously, don't watch this movie because it is not good. As for worst animated feature, my nominations would be Playmobil the Movie, Ugly Dolls, and North of the North 2. Worst animated feature goes to North of the North 2. This is a film I've forgotten a lot about because my god, it was a garbage movie. The story's just dumb, the animation is awful, and the characters are once again pretty shit. It's not a good movie, and it's definitely one that shouldn't have happened. And I don't even have much to say about it because it was just a really awful movie. But now let's go on to the goodies. So, coming in for Best Comedian, my nominations would be Rough Nut, Toothless, and Mr. Dell. The winner for Best Comedian will be Mr. Dell. Now, this guy was hilarious in Spider-Man Far From Home. He just makes me laugh all the time when he's on screen. I love his line, I'm going to be a cool teacher right now. You gotta stop doing that. No more photos in the bathroom, urinals, or stalls, okay? It's hilarious. I love when he goes, being a man of science, witches. And I love his other line, we're moving because of witches. Welcome to the New Dark Ages. He was just amazing, and he's possibly my favorite character in the MCU. Well, I'd have to put some thought into that. But Mr. Dell is just absolutely hysterical. He's just so funny. And he's just a hilarious character. And definitely one of the best comedians I've seen for live action. So, for Best Villain, my nominations would be, well, I can't really think of that many good villains I saw for live action. There is Thanos, but he's more of a 2018 villain, to be fair, because he's barely in Avengers Endgame. But Best Villain will go to Mysterio. Now, this guy was awesome. Jake Gyllenhaal did such a great job as acting as Mysterio. And Mysterio played a really good role in Spider-Man Far From Home as the antagonist. And I really liked his backstory, the way he's a villain of Tony Stark. And he's evil because Tony Stark, well, obviously betrayed him as he fired him. But this guy I really enjoyed. He had an understandable backstory, and I loved Jake Gyllenhaal's acting. Jake Gyllenhaal did such a phenomenal job as Mysterio, and he's just overall an awesome, awesome character. And he looks a lot like Bearded Hiccup, and I think Jake Gyllenhaal would be perfect playing Bearded Hiccup. But Mysterio was just an awesome, awesome villain. Now, I know I said we're on the goodies, but we are. Now, worst character design. Well, I'm gonna go on. This is kind of linked in with Best Animated Villain, but I don't have many nominations for Worst Character Design. Well, maybe the villain from Shaun the Sheep too, but Worst Character Design would have to be Grimmel. Now, I don't hate Grimmel. I think he's an awesome villain, but his design is just really, really, really weak. It's just too plain and simple and bland for an antagonist. He just doesn't even look that threatening, and he just really looks like a plain dragon trapper. There's no uniqueness to him, and there's no, I don't know, something just felt missing with his design, especially when he has his hood on. It's not like the worst thing ever made, but it's just an awful design, and I just wish they gave him a better design. But thankfully, they did. He is a good character. Just his design is just, not very good. Best animated villain. The nominations would be Grimmel the Grizzly and Killian. The best animated villain will go to Grimmel the Grizzly. Now, this guy was a really good villain. He was an excellent foe for Hiccup and Toothless. While I do wish they could have fixed his design, and I do wish they showed his backstory, and maybe he could have gotten more character development, but he has a good enough depth to him as he is. I really liked Grimmel as a villain. He's definitely my favorite villain of the franchise because I love his presence. He's basically another Vigo Grimborn for this trilogy. He's basically the trilogy's version of Vigo Grimborn, just with a very weak design. I loved F. Murray Abraham's voice acting. He did a really, really good job voicing the character. He brought so much life into Grimmel. And, I loved Grimmel's character. I love how he's a simple, cocky dragon hunter. He wants to have fun. He like the way he has fun hunting the dragons. When he killed a Night Fury, it made him a village. He's the polar opposite of Hiccup. So I do think Grimmel's a really good character. So he's just overall an awesome villain. Sure, he's not perfect, but hey, he's a really good villain for me. So, best character design. That's going to go to Astrid Hofferson. Now, Astrid looked gorgeous in How to Train Your Dragon 3 The Hidden World. She looked beautiful. I loved what DreamWorks did with her design for the third movie. I think they really did put a lot of this detail into her. Like, the hairstyle was really nice. The character movement on her was really sweet and all. She did serve a lot of purpose, but I'm talking about more of her design. She was gorgeous. DreamWorks put in a lot of effort into making her look so almost close to lifelike, and the other dragon characters like Hiccup and all and Toothless and the Light Fury look great, but I think Astrid just looked beautiful in How to Train Your Dragon The Hidden World, and I can't really think of much to say, but damn, she was just beautiful in this one. So the next one we got Best Music and Song. The Best Music and Song, I can't really think of that many nominations, but we got John Powell and Together from Afar. Now, John Powell did an excellent job at composing the soundtrack for How to Train Your Dragon 3 The Hidden World, but he just did a really good job at doing the soundtrack like he did in the first two movies. And Yanzi's song Together from Afar was wonderful. Yanzi did a beautifully job singing Together from Afar, as it really is the wrap up to the franchise, the wrap up to Hiccup and Toothless's friendship, and it's just a beautiful song altogether. So, next award, we've got Best Actor. Now, the Best Actor will be nominations, and I was going to do Best Voice Acting, but I'm going to change it. Best Actor is going to go to Tom Holland. Now, Tom Holland was a really good actor in Spider-Man Far From Home and Avengers Endgame. He did a great job playing Peter Parker and playing Spider-Man in the two films he was in this year, and he's just a really awesome job. He's easily my favorite Spider-Man out there. As for Best Voice Actor, it's Jay Baruchel. Jay Baruchel did a really good job at playing Hiccup. Now I know I just said I wasn't gonna do Best Voice Actor, but you know what? I know this video is getting a bit messy, and I do apologize about that. But I'll do the voice acting. Jay Baruchel did a great job as Hiccup, and he did a really good job playing the character, as he's dedicated a decade of his life to the character, as he's voiced him in every single How to Train Your Dragon property. And Jay Baruchel was just overall a fantastic choice for Hiccup since the beginning of the franchise. And on to Best Actress and Best Voice Actress. Best Actress is going to go to... I'll go with Zendaya. Now, and Best Voice Actress will go to America Ferrera. Now, Zendaya did a really good job playing MJ in Spider-Man Far From Home, as she did add a lot of life to the character, and you could tell she had a lot of fun playing the character. And America Ferrera, once again, just like Jay Baruchel, she did a fantastic job at playing Astrid in How to Train Your Dragon 3: The Hidden World, and she did a wonderful job as playing as Astrid. And I'll go into a lot more about How to Train Your Dragon details in the How to Train Your Dragon analysis by the end of March. So, now we've got the Best Picture. And the nominees for Best Picture would be Detective Pikachu, Shazam, Avengers Endgame, and Spider-Man Far From Home. And the winner is going to go to Spider-Man Far From Home. Now, Spider-Man Far From Home was an awesome movie. As you all know, this is my favorite live-action movie. I love how it's a mini sequel to Avengers Endgame. I loved how it tries to be a big what happens after Avengers Endgame, what's life going to be like for Peter now with Tony Stark now gone. And I know I should have said spoilers, but I think everyone has seen Avengers Endgame at this point. And I love the story. I love the romance between Peter and MJ. Like I said, Mr. Dell's hilarious. I love the story. Mysterio was awesome. Nick Fury was great. And I just loved everything about it. Sure, it's not perfect, as in I do kind of wish the drones explanation could have maybe been a bit clearer and made a bit more sense. But hey, I really loved the movie. So Best Picture goes to Spider-Man Far From Home. And Best Animated Feature goes to, well, okay, it's predictable, How to Train Your Dragon 3: The Hidden World. Now, How to Train Your Dragon 3: The Hidden World, as you all know, is my favorite movie of all time. This film is just a masterpiece, and it is the perfect, well, maybe not perfect, but it's a perfect conclusion, as the movie isn't perfect, but it's still an awesome movie. And no movie is perfect, and I think we can all agree that every movie has flaws and nitpicks. And there's no such thing as a perfect movie. Even when you say a movie is perfect, it's not perfect. Sure, it may be perfect, but surely you're gonna have nitpicks and flaws with something. Like, as in, I do have nitpicks with The Hidden World. I just wish Grimmel's design was fixed. I wish they showed his backstory, and I wish they showed a bit more of the other dragons. But like I said, they're just nitpicks I have with it. But this film was just outstanding and is easily my favorite movie of all time. I love the story. Hiccup is now a man. The ending is just beautiful, from the goodbye to the wedding and the epilogue. And I'm really sorry that I forgot to put in a spoiler warning, but I apologize. But this movie was just epic, and I don't have much to say about it because well, I'm just basically taught. I don't know. I don't know what to say, honestly. But Best Animated Feature goes to How to Train Your Dragon 3: The Hidden World. And again, I'm really sorry that this video is very messy. I just wanted to make this video for fun, as in I'm kind of worried The Hidden World won't win an Oscar, but hopefully it will. So, back onto the camera, and yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the Dragon Awards. And there you have it. That is the Dragon Awards for 2020, for all the stuff that came out in 2019. So, I can't say much, but I have to say it has been a really good year. I'm very happy for doing this. And stay tuned for my next video, guys. Until then, skadoosh everyone, and have a great evening.